Hello. Thanks so much to everybody who's on and joining tonight. I appreciate it. I know it's such a busy time of year. This is our last high school council meeting of the year, so we're almost to the finish line. Hooray. I'm gonna hand it right over to Rachel to kick it off for us. Thank you.
Thanks, Emily. Hi, everybody. I just wanted to first of all, thank the PTA for our amazing Cinco de Mayo appreciation lunch. It was a huge turnout. Food was delicious, and having all of you there greeting us and chatting with us was really very special, and everyone appreciates it a great deal. So thank you. And then I just wanted to remind everybody that on Tuesday, May 16th is the budget vote. It's an important time for the school. The leadership and the board have spent a significant amount of time reviewing next year's budget. The board had approved 3 additional positions for next year's budget. I think it really speaks to what our priorities are while maintaining our outstanding academic program. They have approved a K-8 math coach. As you know, we piloted a literacy coach 5 years back or so, and it's really been very successful, and we want to replicate that in math. In addition, we have an additional counselor in next year's budget. We want that counselor to focus specifically on our 9th graders and their transition into high school, as well as in 5th grade, to make sure kids are prepared as possible for middle. And then an additional psychologist for the purpose really to alleviate the testing responsibilities of our existing psychologists that are in the buildings, and to allow them to spend more time with students and parents and consulting with faculty. So we look forward to having you all voice your opinion with the vote next Tuesday. Happy to take any questions.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kelly. If anyone has questions, you can throw them up in the chat. Appreciate it. Next up is Erin Kind from the counseling department.
Thanks, Emily. Good evening, everybody. Nice to see you all. Counseling department's been busy, in addition to kind of relocating for a little while as the first floor gets cleaned up, I guess we could say. We've been administering a tremendous amount of advanced placement exams the past week and a half. So a big thank you to Anne, actually, who's been helping out a lot, and the other counselors. But the students have been great. They've been going through a lot of tissues and really focusing on the test and working from like bell to bell all the way up until the end. So it's been really fantastic to just kind of see their hard work pay off. The counselors as a whole are finishing up our course selection meeting. So if you haven't had a chance to meet with your child's counselor about planning for next year, please reach out to your counselor. Again, Dr. Levy is out on maternity leave, and Tanya Fridovich has taken over for her. Tanya was previously covering Ellen while she was out on medical leave, so she's quite familiar with our school and systems, and looks forward to meeting you all if you haven't had a chance to meet with Dr. Levy. We are finishing up our work with our juniors. We had 2 junior workshops before AP exams. One focused on recommendation letters, and the other one spoke about the college kickstart software that all the junior families have access to. This is a fairly new tool that we're using in the counseling department to help with college planning. I won't go into the sales pitch, but essentially you put in your college list and it kind of grades it based on how balanced it is. The seniors used it this past year. They found it really helpful. We hope all of you in the junior class will use it this coming year. And so everybody has access to that. If you are unfamiliar with this, please reach out to me and I can say more offline. And I think that's kind of it. We are planning to do one more junior workshop. Then the English classes will be focusing on the college essay with the juniors. sort of wrapping up the year with the 9th and 10th graders in terms of their planning, their schedule for next year. And I'm available if anybody has any questions or concerns. It's great to see everybody. Very nice that the sun is out and the weather's changing. That's it for me.
Thank you. Agreed about the weather, especially from the sidelines. It's much better when it's warm and sunny. Amy Krause, I hope is on the line. I think she is. Hi, Amy, to give a quick PTA update. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I just wanted to come on quickly and say thank you to Emily, Anne, Rachel, Aaron, and all of the parents on the high school council who have made this year so special. Truly, everyone has worked tirelessly. I also wanted to thank the parent body for all the support you've given the PTA this year. This is our first full year out of COVID, and we're back up and running and providing all of our regular programming and then some. And that wouldn't be possible without all of you. So I wish you all a wonderful rest of the school year and many congratulations to our families with graduates. Thanks, Emily.
Thank you, Amy. And I think I speak for all of us. Thank goodness you were at the helm this year. There's nobody more organized and thoughtful than you are. So thank you. It's a big job, and you did an excellent job, and it's appreciated. Thank you. I think I see Eddie Lennon from the school board. I think you're on mute, Eddie.
Got it. Better?
Yep.
Thank you. Thanks, Emily. Thanks for having me, and thank you for all of your hard work this year. It looks really hard, all of the stuff that you guys have going on. So thank you very much for that. I just wanted to mention two things. At the last board meeting, the board voted to approve an energy audit for the building, which I don't think has ever been done. So the cost to the district is like $35,000, but because New York State has a program where they subsidize that pretty substantially, it's actually only going to cost the school around $8,900 to do a full energy audit, figure out where we might be missing a few things, and figure out where we might be able to change a few things or add a few things to make the building more energy efficient, which obviously is good for a number of reasons. And staying on that topic, there is a proposition on the upcoming ballot during the election next week. Proposition number 2. I hope everybody takes a minute to just look at that, because what it will do is allow us to increase our capital reserves from $10 million to $20 million. And it will eliminate the $1 million a year cap that is on that. So any money that we have that we can divert into that account would allow us to reduce the borrowing costs that we will need to eventually do, because we've got some pretty substantial projects coming up. Just to mention like 3 really quickly: the D-wing building, the masonry needs to be repaired. That's like $5 million. The windows in the entire building need to be replaced. They are way past their lifespan, and they are completely useless right now from an energy efficiency standpoint. That's roughly another $7 million. So it's going to be a lot of money, and whatever we can park over there and use without having to borrow would help the district in saving. So please take a minute to look at Proposition 2 on the ballot and familiarize yourself with it before voting next week. And that's pretty much all I've got. So thanks, Emily. Appreciate all your hard work.
Thanks so much, Eddie. Appreciate it. And tonight we have Deirdre doheny to give an update from the foundation. You're still on mute.
Take 2. We're happy to report that the Foundation Board approved a great slate of spring grant requests from administrators, faculty, parents, and students. The grants are subject to Board of Ed approval, but we are thrilled with the array of initiatives in the arts, athletics, and many academic disciplines across Bronxville's elementary, middle, and high schools. Thank you to all the applicants for their innovative ideas. These grants would not be possible without the generosity of our school families. Many thanks to all of you who have supported the Foundation's community drive this year. For those of you who have not yet donated, the Foundation's fiscal year ends on June 30th. We hope you will consider making a gift by mail or on our website. Our goal is 100% participation from school families. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Deirdre. And thank you, Foundation, for everything you do to supplement and then improve upon our program. I think I'm up next. And the first thing and most important thing I'd like to say is just a giant thank you to the administration, to the high school council this year, and to the entire parent body. Just thank you for all the support, the encouragement, the creativity, and all the ideas that you've sent my way. I would especially like to thank Sarah Kenny, my vice chair, Carla Hudelick, my treasurer, and Jenny Jacobs, my secretary. Couldn't have done this without you guys. So I am so thrilled that Sarah Kenny has decided to run for school board. She is unopposed, as a lot of you know, which means, unfortunately and fortunately for us, she is going to take on a bigger role as part of the school board and is stepping away from high school council next year. So you guys are stuck with me for another year. Sorry, but I do run a quick meeting, so that's good for all of us. And just thank you, Sarah, so much for taking on that giant role. There's a lot going on at school right now. It took me like way too long to write down all of these bullet points on the agenda tonight. I did have a couple of mistakes that I wanted to correct. So senior week starts next week. Hopefully, if there are any senior parents on the Zoom, you all received the calendar for next week on your email. There's a lot going on for seniors right now. It's so exciting for them. And there's a link on the agenda to all of the activities that are happening for seniors next year. That's on the website, and it's also on the agenda. Memorial Day is obviously coming up. That's so much fun every year in Bronxville. And we are doing the second annual arts festival coming up next week as well. So there'll be an open mic night, there'll be art installations, there's a K through 12 art show. So if you have time, you should come on out next Tuesday through Thursday to see all of the fun events that these guys have put together. We have performances coming up. The band was a couple weeks ago and it was amazing. And the orchestra and chorus are coming up. Prom, graduation, all the super fun high school events, as well as all of the playoffs for our athletic teams are coming up as well. And then typically at this meeting, I would be announcing the slate for next year. I'm asking for a little bit of grace on that because luckily Sarah is stepping into the Board of Ed role. So we are still piecing together our board, our high school council board for next year. I think that's probably it from my end. I'm going to hand it over to Anne, to whom I'm so appreciative of for her leadership. Thank you for all you've done this year. And I'm going to pass the mic on to you.
Thanks so much, Emily, and thank you and all of the parents who help make everything happen in the school and support us every day. So I apologize, I have a cough drop. I'm getting over a cold. Just to clarify, Erin mentioned there were a lot of tissues in the AP exams. It's not because kids are crying. Apparently, they said they have allergies, but also sounds like there's a lot of colds going around, and I think I might have caught one helping to proctor last week, so just getting over that. We did have to relocate our first floor A-wing classes over the last week or so. Tomorrow is going to be the last day of those relocations, just so that we have clearance to reoccupy the spaces, but we want to move all the machinery out of the hallways that's been used to make sure everything is dry. So I just want to thank the students and the faculty who, like, without hesitation, no problem at all, go to different places and make it work, really. I wanted to take a second because Erin and I just heard that Dr. Alyssa Levy just had her baby at 3 a.m. and she had a boy after 35 hours of labor, she shared. His name is Andrew, so congratulations to her. And like Erin said, Tanya is her leave replacement, and she's already hit the ground running. So if you have Dr. Levy, don't hesitate to reach out to Tanya. She will get back to you and get your questions answered. Emily's gone through a number of the things coming up. I just want to quickly review. Next week is senior week. That schedule's been sent out. There's a few things that seniors and parents have to sort of take care of. We're all set with Monday, our Boundless Adventure trip. I think we've tracked down all the seniors who needed to get us any information for that. Wednesday, we'll be in the building mostly and around the area. Thursday, the seniors are going to do service at the Fuller Center in Yonkers. That does require a waiver. Most seniors are 18 and can sign it for themselves, but just a heads up to some senior parents. We may be following up next week for you to sign a waiver. Friday morning, they have more activities, including a self-defense workshop, which requires a waiver. Again, we'll be following up on all that to make sure everyone can participate. Also, Friday morning, Lillian Newman will be speaking with the students, the seniors, about college and being safe. And she will be sharing with them, not technically training them, but quickly sharing with them how to administer Narcan should they find themselves in a situation where that might be required. And I want to thank the senior class parents, Sarah Clifford, Megan McSherry, Jane Scotty, and Michelle McBride, who've been instrumental in putting all of senior week together and many of the events senior year. And Denise Flood, who's the faculty supervisor of senior week. So it should be a lot of fun. Tuesday is SFL field day for the whole school, including the seniors. So there'll be a lot of activities on Tuesday. Should be a lot of fun. I think the SFL has organized some food trucks. So we're looking forward to that. And like Emily said, Friday is prom. For parents, just so you know, if your child is going to prom, they will attend a mandatory meeting Tuesday at 11 a.m. where Mr. Lassane will review all the rules regarding prom and behavior at prom, and parents do need to check their child in at the promenade before we board the buses for prom on Friday night. All that's contained in a very detailed prom letter that I sent to all parents. Then our seniors are done in the building and they go and do senior shadowing for 3 weeks where they participate in internships that they've set up. So I had the pleasure of reviewing 144 senior shadowing proposals, and we have students doing a wide range of things for shadowing. It was actually a lot of fun to see all the different things that our seniors will be doing, from going into the city to intern in finance, to working at Memorial Sloan Kettering, developing nanoparticles to treat cancer, to working at an organic farm, to helping at CrossFit in Yonkers. So lots of different things. Excuse me. It'll be good for them to get out into the world and have some experiences in the working world before they head off to college. Just a reminder that we do have a Memorial Day ceremony on Friday morning, May 26th at 9:30 a.m. I think the rain date is Tuesday after Memorial Day. For parents of juniors, the U.S. History Regents is early this year because it is a new Regents. The state always does this. They administer a new Regents early. So June 1st, all juniors will take the U.S. History Regents. The rest of the Regents and final exams take place starting on June 13th, but June 1st is the U.S. History Regents at 9 a.m. We may begin it at 8 a.m. I actually would need to look at the final exam schedule to verify that. On June 12th, we will have our awards ceremonies. There's really not classes that day. We do award ceremonies in the morning, and then students get their yearbooks and are dismissed, and there's extra help in the afternoon. If your child is going to receive an award, I will be emailing all the parents in advance so that of children who are receiving an award, so that if you would like to join us, it will let you know what time and what location. On that day, I'm sorry, I just need to cough for a second. On that day, on June 12th, we are organizing again this year an athlete recognition ceremony after the award ceremony for our seniors who are playing athletics in college. Please let your guidance counselor know, or Joe Haven know, if your child is playing D1, D2, D3 athletics. We like to recognize them in a ceremony on that day. Then we go into finals. There'll be a graduation rehearsal on Wednesday, the 14th. The 16th is baccalaureate, which is our celebration of the fine and performing arts for our seniors. And then graduation is the 17th at 6:30 on the front lawn. I guess my my general recommendation, I know it's hard to do, is read emails I send from now until the end of the year. Because I normally try not to send a lot of emails. I just do my week ahead. But right now I am going to be sending reminders to various groups of students and parents because there's so much going on. Each morning of senior week, I'll remind seniors and their parents what's going on that day. We'll send a reminder about the regents for US history ahead of time, all these little pieces. But I would also just recommend that your children tell them to keep an eye out for emails from me, because between now and the end of the year, a lot of great things going on to celebrate our students and all that they've done. And we want to make sure that people are there and are aware of what's going on. So again, really, we cannot do any of this without our parents. You guys are amazing. You support us in everything. And so I want to thank you. I also just want to thank the foundation for their generous support. I had a couple of grants that I put in to continue our AI, our artificial intelligence courses next year. And I know there are a bunch of other grants that are going to impact the high school. So thank you to the foundation as well. I'm happy to answer questions. If you ever have a question, just email me. Hopefully everyone knows that I get right back to you if you email me. And I'll try to keep everyone updated with all this important information as we close out the year. Thanks, Emily.
Thank you. Thank you. Did you want to mention anything for Joe Haven about athletics?
So the athletic recognition was one of the things he wanted me to mention. Joe couldn't join us. He was at his daughter's college graduation and commissioning into the armed forces this weekend. He also wanted me to remind everyone of basically Spring Spirit Week this week with the food trucks. I think he said there's more food trucks coming on Friday. And it's been a great week of celebrating the senior athletes. Between now and all of the state, local and state, regional and state tournaments, the athletic recognition ceremony on the 12th was the other important piece, I think. I think that's all he needed to share.
Okay, great. Well, I think that's it. Thank you, everybody, for a great year, and keep the lines of communication open. And that's it for me. Does anyone else have anything they need to add?
Just want to say a huge thank you to you, Emily, for leading our council this year, supporting all our students in this post-COVID world, which is so wonderful. And there's no one better than you to do it. And we're so thrilled and honored to have you do it again next year. So we'll miss being on your council.
Good thing I know where to reach you. Thank you so much. Thanks, Em.
Thank you, Emily.
All right, gang. Thank you so much. Have a great night, and I will see you around Bronxville.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Night.
Good night.